It's Tom from Inspiration Metalworks, and in this week's video, we're going to put together a robot. Alright, got an exciting project to do this week. We've got this Star Wars robot, so it's an R2-D2. This is by a company called LittleBits. If you guys aren't familiar with LittleBits, LittleBits takes the complication out of electronics, right? So they use pre-built modules that are color-coded based on if they do things or logic gates or whatever, and they're magnetic, right? So they snap together really easily, and they make it very, very simple to focus on what you're trying to make and not the actual build process itself. And so what we've got today is this new kit they've got, this R2-D2 kit, and it's actually designed to let you make a lot of different projects. We're just going to focus on doing the initial project. I believe you can actually control it from your phone and do some fun stuff with it, and then we will likely make it into some other things here soon. But for now, let's see what's in the box. And if you can't tell, the kids are excited. Wow, you already pulled the tape off?
He did it.
He did. Mommy just threw you on the All right, the unboxing proved to be kind of fun. So it's very well packaged, put together. All the parts are labeled nicely. It's not going anywhere. Where it was a challenge for me was, as you could see, I had a couple of helpers that just wanted to be in the middle of all of it. And you know what? This is for them. And that's the best part about this, is I found that they were able to do a lot of this by themselves, right? So it had all the different parts and modules, and I basically sat back and just kind of gave guidance and kept the peace because, well, as you can see, Henry's there assembling things on his own, but not maybe in the right order, right? So, yeah, it worked out though. Everybody was happy. I got to tease Nika about doing things in other languages. I don't even think she noticed. She was so excited about doing this. Yeah, so it's kind of a neat project. As you'll see, we're getting ready to get everything out and kind of lay it out. And then I let Nika take over, right? She, I basically guided her, but she put the stuff together. She did the missions, and let's take a look.
So I have this wire, this battery, and this power bit, and to make the power.
Yeah, leave the power off for now.
Oh, what is this? Plug the small side of the battery and the big side of the wire.
Are you
the
ready
small
to
side
start
goes
building
into the
this
big
stuff?
side of the wire.
Yes.
And the big side goes into the small side of the wire. And then this other end of the wire goes into this little plug right here on the power button. So I have this piece here, and I'm going to put the power into this side
Of what?
of the control hub. And then, yeah, that.
Oh, it says to stop. At that point, now we need to download the Droid app, the Droid Inventor app, and follow the challenges in the Droid Inventor app. Okay, let's come back to that. Okay, so yeah, so Droid Inventor app is firing up. This is what it looks like on the screen. And the first step is to join us. And your age, well, Nika is 10. Continue. And we're going to agree to terms of service. You really ought to do that. Now we're going to do my login. Inspiration. I really should get a shorter domain name, huh? Come. That's right. Done. Send. Welcome to Droid Inventor Training. Right, so you can see that we're going to go through, and what you do with this is you start and you work your way through the training. So accept mission, and it shows you step by step how to get through it. right? How you're going to put things together. You notice the color codes and stuff like that. So we can skip ahead. You know, it wants you to clean things, it wants you to assemble certain parts. So these are the first parts, right? You get your parts, here's the battery, right? You get an idea of how it works. And you move your next step. You get your plug. And so we're going to work through this all the way through to put together the control module. And now at this point, it wants to try and actually connect, right? So if it's working, which I guess I'll turn it on here, right? And we'll try reconnect, connect, and it found it. So we are now connected. So we can try it out, and we'll have them make different noises. We scroll up. What they want you to find is this one. The scream. Okay, we'll say done. And so you work through different missions to build your droid. So with that, let's stop here, and we'll go back to the actual build now. Right, so we got the app installed, right? And Nika starts working through the different missions. And so it starts out with just the basics of putting the control module together and getting the phone talking to the module, just to make sure everything is working right. That was me logging in for her. And then, yeah, she pretty much did it from there. As you saw in the video, it steps through, and you can see Henry grabbing parts and trying to be in the middle of it. But you see there's the servos and the DC motor and stuff like that. So it works through checking communications on all the different parts and seeing how they work. All right, so we start with that, and we start plugging things in, right, and getting them in place. And remember, those modules are all magnetic, so they go in just the right way. You don't have to worry about that. And once you do that, you start to get them plugged in and ready to go. It actually gives you controls on the app to start moving things around. And so initially, all you're really doing is just trying to figure out. Okay, so there's we'll put the steering wheel on there, right, or the wheel that does the steering, and then she starts to move things around. You can see, kind of tough to see there, the DC motor by Henry, but you can see it's moving. And we're starting to get, make sure that you can control it forward and backward motion, as well as being able to turn the wheel left and right. And one of the things that we found, especially as we're playing around with this thing, is that those little toggle switches in there are easy to accidentally push. And so the first time we turn things on, it just starts taking off on its own. Makes it a little more challenging. But you can see we're starting to build the frame now, and it's got the little axle in place with the little gear drive. And you start, it's a really nice setup in that these things just push in place, right? And they lock in place, but it lets you take them apart and reconfigure them as many times as you want or you need to, right? Nothing permanent there. So it's kind of neat how they've got this designed and ready to go. So you can see we get everything going. And we start to figure out how to put gears in place and how the gears are going to drive things and get motion in place and clipping them in place. And mostly testing Daddy's patience, right? Making sure that he can do, oh, see that? We turn it on and it just takes off. But yeah, definitely this was a test in patience for me, trying to figure out how to keep both of the kids engaged and having fun at the same time. So we got it working. We drove it around a little bit and continued on the process of building, right? And trying to get everybody involved. And so Henry's putting things on, Nika's putting things on, and Henry was super excited about putting the head on. To get the legs. We realized we had the wrong sides. I'd flip it around, get them in place. They do register pretty well. And you notice there's some extra pieces here. We thought we missed something, but actually it's for the next parts of the missions that we haven't done yet, right? So they set you up to do lots of cool stuff. And so then they start driving it around on the floor, and unfortunately I lost the archive of them playing around the first drive on it, but it's kind of cool. In fact, maybe maybe now would be a good time to put in a little bit of video of it working. All right, so final thoughts. And actually, probably won't be the final thoughts because I'm sure we will do some follow-ups on this as we build this out some more. We only really got through the first full set of missions, which leaves it in a kind of an RC state. There are other sensors, there's other things you can do with this. The idea is that it's a platform that you can use to build from. So I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, the kids loved it, right? I mean, you could probably see, even though it was sped up, that they're fighting back and forth trying to get time with it and what colors are we going to use and everything else. So, yeah, that part of it was fun. And I've already got the request to make a full-size one. So they're like, hey, let's make a real one. Yeah. Anyways, this is pretty cool. And what's nice about the Little Bits platform is it lets the kids just focus on being creative, even if they don't understand the theory behind electrical engineering, right? I mean, I don't understand that stuff. I can muddle through it, but this makes it pretty fun. And having all the different missions and the way that it's built, it really puts the fun in it, right? It makes the whole time go a whole lot easier. So with that, yeah. What do you think, R2? It's time to say goodbye. Yeah. We'll see you soon. Turn it on. You're recording yourself.
Mom, Dad,
Okay, I'm gonna turn it off, please.
me. You picture me.
A picture of you?
Yes.
This is video, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay,
Don't turn it off.
No, I gotta turn it off.